People from all across the solar system are subscribing to stay informed and support the cause.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
They're doing their part. What about you? Subscribe to Burn Enough and join the fun today. Stay informed, stay prepared. Subscribing guarantees entertainment. Would you like to know more? May was absolutely stacked with fresh military sci-fi, featuring finales of epic sagas, new series debuts, and gripping one-shots. Let's jump right into it. First up, Grimm's Legacy by Jeffrey H. Haskell. Book 8 in the wildly popular Grimm's War series. Captain Jacob Grimm is back, but this time it's personal. Outnumbered and commanding an untested battleship, he defends Alexandria against a caliphate juggernaut. Next, we have a new series launch by Rick Partlow, Archangel Fallen. Brent Parthet thought his war days were over, until a genetically engineered rebel asks for help. If the Dragon Awards still had a military sci-fi category, Archangel Fallen would be a serious nominee. Then, Smoke and Thunder by Kevin Eikenberry, Book 4 of the Buzzer War, returns us to gritty alien battles with tanks, thunderbolts, and a brutal new foe, the Brutes. Originally not planned past Book 3, fan demand brought it back, and Eikenberry delivers. From J.N. Chaney and Terry Maggard, Forged in Stillness, Book 27 of the mega-hit Backyard Starship series continues the legacy with Abel Tudor leading. Old Guard meets new blood in a galaxy that never stays quiet. Backyard Starship Universe started a new book series, The First Peacemaker, by Jeff Chaney, Terry Maggard, and Aaron Bunce. Set briefly on Earth, it launches into interstellar civil war through a mysterious Antarctic portal. Think Stargate meets Mass Effect, led by a sarcastic scientist. Then, Retribution by Chaney, Jonathan Brazee, and Thomas Webb. Book 3 of the Android Wars series follows Aidan Thorne's desperate counterstrike against humanity's most ruthless military commander. From the Four Horsemen universe, Caveat Emptor by John Osborne and Mark Wandry, Book 17 of the Phoenix Initiative follows a merc who buys a fixer-upper planet and uncovers a deadly secret. Reclamation by Chris Kennedy, the final book in the Kingdom Lost trilogy, sees 3 siblings invade enemy lands with a shattered force to reclaim their throne. And finally, Fortunes of War by Michael LaVoice, Book 3 of the Gladius Leagues. The disgraced Warhawks are on the run while Earth faces a threat. Street battles, rogue AIs, and last stands make this a powerful finale. Other notable releases in May were Empire Divided by DJ Holmes closes the Empire Rising series with Jonathan Somerville's final desperate push against the Karachnid threat. Massive fleet battles and decades of story arcs. Counterstrike by Daniel Gibbs, Book 3 of the Iron Fleet, delivers brutal space combat and psychological warfare as Arthur Hanson teeters between vengeance and mutiny. The Intis Invasion by James Rassone and Brandon Ellis kicks off a new Rise of the Republic series, with humanity rallying against the Zodark's merciless strike. Shadows Fall by Richard Fox wraps up the Terran Expeditionary Corps saga with conspiracies, alien threats, and war on Terra Nova. Privateer Tales, short story collection by Jamie McFarlane, offers 7 standalone adventures expanding the Privateer Tales universe. Revenge of the Vitri by Erky Jir concludes the Starship Fleet Commander trilogy with Grand Admiral Atraxis facing a brutal campaign against the Vitri. Gloryhound by Blaze Ward tells the rise from nothing story of mercenary trooper Peter Najjar. Near Revolution Space by Scott Bartlett, Book 4 of I, Starship, features AI Henry Morgan facing galactic collapse blending philosophy and humor. Hounds of Orion by D.M. Rook throws us into mech and corporate wars. A Gundam meets the Expanse vibe. The Commander and the Ship by Stephen Alford is a debut about a cyborg boy rebuilding a ship. Betrayal by Ted Russ launches the spirit of the Bayonet trilogy, where AI soldier bots blur lines between man and machine. May was a strong month not just for new releases, but also for memorable moments across the military sci-fi community. Footfall by Larry Niven and Jerry Pournelle celebrated its 40th anniversary. Still thrilling, still relevant, and still a foundational text for many of today's authors. If you haven't read it, now's the perfect time. David Weber, creator of Honor Harrington Universe, gave an over 2-hour interview on the Blasters and Blades podcast. Military Sci-Fi podcast crew chatted with Lisa Richmond about her new series, Battlefield Diplomacy. They also discussed Rick Partlow's new book, Archangel Fallen, and they talked about how to be a professional author and the pros and cons of near future versus far future storytelling. Nick Cole's Strange Company 3 dropped, but not on Amazon. After pre-orders were mysteriously pulled for the 3rd time, Wargate Books took matters into their own hands and now successfully host the release exclusively through their web store. Links in the description if you want to grab a copy. May also marked a milestone for the most passionate and prolific military sci-fi book reviewer, Jim Chapman. He turned 75 and still managed to read and review 8 military sci-fi novels. YouTuber Past America released a video essay analyzing why Space Above and Beyond failed despite strong potential and loyal fans. May's most watched HFY story was about a dying alien mother, her child, and a human who refused to look away, highlighting humanity's kindness and compassion in a cold universe. And there we have it. That's all for May. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your fellow Starship captains. See you in the next one. Burn bright and burn enough.